Analyze argument. A well-crafted argument includes these elements. A clear claim states the writer's position on the issue or problem. Relevant and appealing reasons and evidence support the claim. Opposing claims are anticipated and effectively refuted. A concession acknowledges a valid opposing point. A convincing conclusion may include a call to action. An effective argument will appeal to the interests of a specific audience and work toward a clear goal or purpose. Look for these features as you read. Analyze rhetorical devices. Rhetoric is the art or study of using language effectively and persuasively. A rhetorical device is a technique writers or speakers use to enhance their arguments and communicate more effectively. King's letter uses these devices. Rhetorical device. How it works. Example from text. Appeals. These include ethos, establishes authority or credibility, as in the example pathos, speaks to emotions. Logos, uses logic or reason. I have the honor of serving as president of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. Parallelism. The use of similar grammatical constructions to express ideas that are related or equal in importance. I am here because I was invited here. I am here because I have organizational ties here. Antithesis. Contrasting ideas are presented using parallel language. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Shift. A change in mood or tone, often signaled by words like but or however. Here, King shifts the meaning of extremist from negative to positive. Was not Jesus an extremist for love? The question is not whether we will be extremists, but what kind of extremists we will be. Point by point, King uses these and other techniques to show that each of the clergyman's criticisms is a logical fallacy, a statement based on an error in reasoning. As you read, keep in mind King's point and the techniques he uses to prove it. Annotation in action. Here are one reader's notes on the beginning of King's argument. As you read, highlight examples of rhetorical appeals and relevant evidence. My dear fellow clergymen, I came across your recent statement. You are men of genuine goodwill. Want to try to answer your statement. Establishes audience and purpose for writing. My dear fellow clergymen, while confined here in the Birmingham City Jail, I came across your recent statement calling my present activities unwise and untimely. Seldom do I pause to answer criticism of my work and ideas. If I sought to answer all the criticisms that cross my desk, my secretaries would have little time for anything other than such correspondence in the course of the day, and I would have no time for constructive work. But since I feel that you are men of genuine goodwill and that your criticisms are sincerely set forth, I want to try to answer your statement in what I hope will be patient and reasonable terms. Vocabulary strategy. Context clues. A word's context, the words and sentences around it, can give clues to its meaning and add shades of meaning to a word. Consider how context shapes the meaning of the word tension in paragraph 10 of King's letter. Clues. Definition. Context clues. Tension, a strained relationship. Nonviolent direct action seeks to foster such a tension that a community is forced to confront the issue. I have earnestly opposed violent tension, but there is a type of constructive, nonviolent tension which is necessary for growth. King's use of tension describes a force that can be positive. Think about how replacing it with conflict might change King's intended meaning. Watch your language. Repetition and parallelism. Repetition is a technique in which a sound, word, or phrase is repeated for emphasis or unity. Parallelism is the use of similar grammatical forms to express ideas that are related or equal in importance. King skillfully uses repetition and parallelism to make his message resonate with his audience. Consider the following examples and their effects. Examples from text. Effects. When you have seen vicious mobs, when you have seen hate-filled policemen, when you see the vast majority of your 20 million Negro brothers smothering, when you are humiliated, when you are harried by day and haunted by night, when you are forever fighting, then you will understand why we find it difficult to wait. Paragraph 14. Starting each subordinate clause with the words when you and then varying the parallelism at the end with the word then emphasizes the point that African Americans have already waited too long for their constitutional and God-given rights. To a degree, academic freedom is a reality today because Socrates practiced civil disobedience. In our own nation, the Boston Tea Party represented a massive act of civil disobedience. We should never forget that everything Adolf Hitler did in Germany was legal and everything the Hungarian freedom fighters did in Hungary was illegal. It was illegal to aid and comfort a Jew in Hitler's Germany. Paragraphs 21 to 22. Not only are the words legal and illegal repeated, they are contrasted as opposites to stress the unfairness of their application. King repeats civil disobedience to stress the distinction between what is legal and what is illegal. Was not Jesus an extremist for love? Was not Amos an extremist for justice? Was not Paul an extremist for the Christian gospel? Was not Martin Luther an extremist, and John Bunyan, and Abraham Lincoln, and Thomas Jefferson? So the question is not whether we will be extremists, but what kind of extremists we will be. Will we be extremists for hate or for love? Will we be extremists for the preservation of injustice or for the extension of justice? Paragraph 31. The repetition of the words extremist and along with the parallelism created by the repeating phrase was not in the clause we will be/will we be link King's approach to that of other religious and historical figures.